The season finale of the 2023 Progressive Grand National Cross Country Racing Series has arrived. The season finale, the Yamaha Racing Ironman GNCC. Craig DeLong, coming off the huge win, sits poised and ready to capture the championship in what has been a historical season. But if we know one thing for sure, anything can happen. Stu Baylor still alive, and that's all he needs. It all starts right here, right now on MAV TV.
To go, GNCC Racing!
Well, hello and welcome to the season finale of the 2023 Progressive Grand National Cross Country Racing Series presented by Specialized, an AMA National Championship. We're here in Crawfordsville, Indiana, the Shaver Family Farm, Ironman Raceway. I call it home. This is the Yamaha Racing Ironman GNCC. My goodness, hometown got me slipped up right here. We begin, as always, with the Specialized race recap, looking back at the Buckwheat 100 and a season. If you're just watching, if you haven't seen a single episode all season, if you've not followed the series, I'm going to tell you right now, tune in for 2024 because this was a historical season, not just in GNCC, but I got to think motorsports in general. Through 7 rounds of racing, 7 different winners. We fast forward because we got to talk about what's on camera right now. That is Stu Baylor rolling in to the Rocky Mountain ATV MC TB Energy KTM pits, and that is a man frustrated. Why? Because that mechanical right there may have been the end of his run here for the championship in 2023. He was neck and neck with Craig DeLong, had a points lead going into the last race, but it was Craig DeLong who needed to win. If nothing else, he needed to finish in front of Stu Baylor. He made it happen, and he didn't just make it happen. He went out and won the dang thing, and then Stu had to go into point salvage mode. He's still alive as we go into Ironman, but boy, things are good right now if you're that man, Craig DeLong. Take a look at those results. It was DeLong, Russell, Strang. How about it? The old Wiley veteran still knocking off podiums. If you don't love that, you just don't love racing. Good job to the boys. They caught up with Craig after the race.
Man, it feels awesome. Like, doesn't feel real, honestly. Just a storybook day, just start to finish. And man, it was an easy rider, and Ricky and man, they were riding good. I couldn't get away from them. I was trying hard, and man, they just stuck right to me. So I think Ryder had a crasher at the end, but congrats to him, man. He rode awesome, and same to Ricky. So it's unfortunate for Stu. I heard he had a problem, so you never want to hear that, especially with the two of us for battle back and forth, and Ironman, we're ready for a battle, and it'd be nice to, if we were going head to head, so it's a bummer to hear that, and but I did what I needed to do. I got out front and I just rode my own race, and man, it feels good.
Well, we take a look at the point standings, and there you go. 233 points for Craig DeLong, 210 for Stu Baylor, and Ben Kelly now mathematically out of the championship run. Nonetheless, pretty solid season for Ben Kelly. I think Ben, he's got some things to work on. After the injury, I don't think he ever felt quite comfortable on the bike this season, but Ben Kelly, the former champ, he's going to be back in 2024, ready to go to battle with these guys. Here we go, XC1 Pro Class, All Balls Racing, Whole Shot Award up for grabs, and it's going to be the points leader and the heavy favorite for the title, Craig DeLong, aboard that Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, grabbing the whole shot and the early lead. Let's see what Craig can come out and do. The Diesel. Can we still call the man the Diesel? I mean, my goodness. He's off like a rocket ship. Do rocket ships run on diesel? I don't know. Craig DeLong's does. How about that? So, XC1 class going to battle here. And Stu, not a bad start for Stu Baylor, but not a great start for Stu either. The job is simple. If you're Stu, you basically go out there, have fun, win the thing if you can, and, the chips fall where they may. It is what it is, right? I hate that phrase. It is what it is, but that's the reality of it. And I got to hand it to Stu. You saw the frustration in the Specialized race recap. And he faced, there was two sides of it. It was, hey, be a professional. What are you doing? You're throwing a fit. And then I don't see it that way. Steel City Men's Clinic, whole shot award up for grabs here in the XC2. I see that as a man who has all he's ever wanted is a national title, and it's slipped away from him. And here in 2023, it's not gone right now, but in all reality, he's in a very difficult situation. That's a man with heart. That's a man with passion. And if you don't like that, well, you probably just never competed in motorsports, stick and ball sports. You don't have that competitive edge, and that's what he's got. So that's my 2 cents. Anyways, XC2 class off and rolling. Steel City Men's Clinic whole shot up for grabs right there. Liam Draper trying to seal the deal on the title here today. Draper coming into it off the big win at the Buckwheat 100. 3 wins under his belt. Gus Riordan, a couple of wins for him, or excuse me, 1 win for Gus here in this season. Maybe he can cap off the season. I'm putting it out in the universe. Maybe he can cap it off with a win here today. And then Cody Barnes has got a win. Rudy Barbosa started the season hot. And Ryder Lafferty, Jonathan Johnson, Mike Wachowski. That's a stacked class. Low Jack Cycle Sales whole shot award up for grabs here in the FMF XC3 class. Let's go, boys. That might have been Sawyer Coratura grabbing that whole shot. And early lead right there, the 545 Yamaha leading the way. Toby Cleveland been red hot this year. He's coming into the race off a win, and he had 5 wins earlier in the season. And let's see, who else? Some of the big hitters out there. Dakota DeVore, Jason Lipscomb. The guy's, he loves his hole shots, no doubt about that. But, he's going to go out there, do his thing. But, boy, FMF XC3 125 class. If you don't love the sound of the 125s, check your pulse, because that is the sound of our people right there. Craig DeLong, a 3.42. Bang, there he goes. Leading the way out in front, wants to wrap up this championship. And can he do it from start to finish? Now, Craig does not need a win here today to capture the title, so that was a big question. What approach does Craig DeLong take? Does he push it? I got to think if he gets into a tight battle, you don't want to risk going down, having a mechanical, having something happen. But we'll see. How's it going to fare? Craig DeLong, your points leader and championship favorite, out in front. We'll be right back after this. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. Well, GNCC, it's more than just ATV racing, more than just dirt bike racing. We had Stasic Racing. Oh, Ryder goes down in turn number 1. Stasic Racing, well, it's just for fun. It's not for points. But, boy, I don't know how long that's going to last, because these kids go out and they compete. You can tell them it's for fun all you want, but I got to think there's about 80% of them out there that, they're like, hey, I'm Craig DeLong, baby. I'm Stu Baylor. I'm Ricky Russell. I'm Ben Kelly. It's really cool. I'm Thad Duvall. As a matter of fact, Thad Duvall's kid out there, Jacoby, doing his thing. Josh Strang. Really, really cool event for the kids. I think it's the highlight, honestly, for a lot of the kids. And then live music. Parmalee putting on a show on Saturday night for the race fans, coming out in droves for that one. I love the bomber jacket by the lead singer. How about that? I was rocking a bomber jacket all weekend. I'm about it. We're here for it. But, boy, they put on a stellar show for the fans, playing a little bit of everything. They even threw out some covers out there, throwing some old school stuff. We're here for it. It was a lot of fun. Back to racing. Got the boys down there pointing out the lines through the muck. Craig DeLong pushing. And this is still tight. This is, boy, we've not seen, I know it's still early. Man, these guys are really pushing it. Everybody wants to end that season on a high note and carry some momentum into the offseason. But this is about as close as I've seen the XC1 this far into a race in a long time. The boys really pushing out there. This looks like we're coming off of turn 2 right here. But Craig DeLong still your leader out in front. Jordan Ashburn, the 2022 champion. Had to think about that one for a second. 2022 champion, sitting there in the 2 spot. So he wants to end the season on a high note. And I mean, it is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'd say 8, 9, 10 guys all within striking distance. Really cool to have Josh Toth back out here racing with us as well, the 206. How about that? Jordan Ashburn, your new leader out in front on the Magna 1 Motorsports Husqvarna. Josh Strang in the number 3 spot with Craig DeLong in second. And I believe that was a 739 Rockstar Energy Husqvarna of Trevor Bollinger up there in the mix. So good to see Bollinger firing on all cylinders here today. And Grant Baylor, some troubles back there for Stu Baylor. We'll see if he can recover, but not the start he wants or needed. Lyndon Snodgrass jumping up into the XC1 ranks as well. So I know you saw him and thinking, hey, is that an XC2 guy up there? He's got to be up on adjusted time. No, he's running the XC1, but having a good ride nonetheless. So Craig doing his thing. Again, doesn't need the win, and I got to think, in this, I'm not a champion. I'm not a pro rider. But I got to think, man, if you've got the championship, we're not going to say in the bag, because if anything we've learned this season, it is anything can happen. Jordan Ashburn still enjoying the lead right now. Craig DeLong in second, Strang in third. Ricky Russell right there in the number 4 spot. But if you're enjoying the lead, awesome. If it's there, go get it, take it. If it becomes a heated battle where you're banging bars wheel to wheel, do you want to stay in that fight? The ego may say yes, the pride may say yes, but the reasonable rider that is poised for a championship may say, you know what, you boys have at it. I don't want to risk having a DNF or something crazy happening. I'm going to put a little distance. If I can put that distance out front, awesome. But if I got to check up a little bit, let you boys go to battle out in front of me. Have at it, because my sight is set on having that number 1 plate entering 2024. So that's my 2 cents. I'm not in Craig's head. I'm not Craig. I'm not a pro rider. That's obvious. But that's just kind of the mindset I would think you come into something like this. We'll see. Only time's going to tell. Right now, though, Craig DeLong hanging in there, battling with Jordan Ashburn. I got to think Jordan Ashburn, you talk about pride. Jordan Ashburn, there goes Johnny Gerard as well as Grant Baylor. But Jordan Ashburn, a stellar season last year. And I got to say, Craig DeLong, a similar path. Consistency has been huge. You've got to come away. 1, you've got to be lined up for every single race. 2, you've got to come away from every single race with points, positive points. And that is something that Craig DeLong has done that some of his peers have not. They've got some races where they didn't have points or they had a DNF, what have you. But right now, Jordan Ashburn turning back the clock, trying to take it for a win to close out the season. We'll be right back. Well, how about this? Welcome back to Racing J-Law. Let J-Law ride, right? Well, he got that opportunity aboard the Phoenix Racing Honda, no doubt, having some fun out there, the 338 machine, and pulling hole shots at the GNCC. How about that? Raced in the morning class. And Ironman's so huge, we actually have to split up the morning race because there's just too many guys out there. But J-Law having some fun and racing a non-points class, but actually had a chance to talk to him prior, and I said, hey man, if you know what you got going on doesn't work out, come race with us anytime. And he's like, what do you mean if it doesn't work out? It didn't work out for me. So he's here, but awesome to see him out there. He had some fun, there's no doubt about that. Welcome back to racing. And how about it for the little guys and girls and big guys, a little Halloween celebration, some trick-or-treating at the Ironman GNCC. Ironman's one of those events where there is so much going on. There's concerts, there's trick-or-treating, there's costume contest, chapel service. We've got it all, baby. That's one of those events where you're like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, we are going to do a little bit of racing here this weekend too. And it is really a who's who of the industry as well. Whether you come from off-road, you come from moto, This is where it's at. In October, mark your calendar. Come to the Ironman GNCC. Race it. If you don't want to race it, come be a spectator. I promise you, you'll never see anything like it. It is just something else. And I know I'm biased. I'm from Indiana, but, I have people ask me all the time, what makes it so unique? And I don't know. It's like a perfect storm. I mean, we love racing in Indiana. But, hey, it is what it is. Josh Strang leading it out in front. Let's not take any attention away from him doing his thing out there. Somebody remind Josh Strang he's been doing it for 17 years. He shouldn't still be having this kind of success. But he says, yeah, I am. So Josh Strang leading it out in front. How would that be for 2023? You know, we opened up the season in 7 rounds of racing. We saw 7 different winners. And we talked about it being historic. And since then, we wondered, hey, will there be an 8th winner this season? And Josh Strang was a guy I think everybody circled as the guy with an opportunity to make that happen. Well, we didn't get 8 in a row, but we may have our 8th different winner here today. Only time's going to tell. As Craig DeLong now has checked up a bit and not in the fight for a podium position, but still in a position to capture the national championship. But how about it for Josh Strang out in front, leading the way? We'll be right back with more after this. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. Welcome back to GNCC Ironman GNCC here on MAV TV. Josh Strang turning back the clock. I got to stop saying that because the clock has just been turned back for Josh. He just always finds a way to be successful year after year. I think Josh Strang has a lot left in the tank. Keep your eyes on that man in 2024. Ricky Russell having a good ride. It is Stu Baylor, 514 in the number 2 spot, trying to get up there and get in the fight with Josh Strang. Now, no signs of Craig DeLong just yet, but DeLong still in a position that would warrant him enough of a points gap to capture that 2023 national championship. There he is, the 3-4-2. And I got to think maybe that's what happened. Those guys are rolling out in front. Look at this. This is the perspective. I was about to talk about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the XC1. This looks like something we see on lap 1. We may see 1 or 2, sometimes 3. If it's a wild race, maybe 4 guys out front battling. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys out of the XC1 class, all with a shot here late. That is as good as it gets. And the man leading them all is the number 17 in his 17th year of pro racing, Josh Strang, the white flag by his side. Bang, there it is, Ricky Towery with a checkered flag. And congratulations to the Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki rider, Josh Strang, grabbing his win here in 2023, making it now 8 different winners for the season. Absolutely a historic season in racing. A hug from his wife, Cameron. That's got to feel good. Good job, old man. I can say that. He's a little bit younger than me, but he gets it. He knows what's up. He's a dad now. There's mom hanging out.
I couldn't go any faster, so I was going as fast as I could. There was a couple lines where he almost passed me the lap before, so I had to remember those and take those, so he couldn't take them and pass me. And I mean, he didn't even really get a chance to pass me on that last lap. So it was, man, it feels good. I mean, I wanted this win a long time ago, but to get it at the last round is good.
Hey, the mustache, all he does is get podiums. How about this guy? Stu Baylor, all smiles, not going to be your champion for 2023, but a solid end to the season here with a P2.
All I got to do to leave this season knowing I did everything I could as top 2, and did that. Would have loved to get the win, but hey, the old dog's got a few tricks. Everywhere I've moved, he knew I was coming, and you know, that it was fun racing between he and myself and Johnny. Man, those last couple laps, like, the only thing that made the difference was the lappers. But yeah, as far as the day went, I had a little injury a couple weeks ago, right after the last round, and just been nursing that a little bit. But knew I was going to be feeling it. But man, you can dig deep when it's times like that. And midway through the race, I lost a couple positions. I was like, we can't be doing that. Knew Craig was behind me, and man, anything can happen. So all I could do was put my head down and do what we could. But man, so I'm starting to run out of maybe next year's.
Taking a look here at your top 10 in the OA, Strang, Baylor, and Johnny Gerard. How about it for Johnny G?
We started pushing after the pit stop, and found myself in podium position, and then I followed Strang for a lap, and then Stu got in there, and me and Stu went back and forth a couple times. It was good, hard racing, and fast track, and just hard to make up ground. Everyone was really close. So it was a good day of racing, good way to end the year on the box, and already looking forward to next year.
And there you go, bang! Your national champion for 2023 will be the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna of Craig DeLong. I love the pit board, strong finish, smile, champ. How about that, Craig DeLong? So Craig will take it, your 2023 national champion, the only rider with 3 wins under his belt and constant consistency.
Obviously, everybody's like, yeah, you win a championship, but my goal was to win a race. Obviously that was the biggest goal, was to win a championship, but I never believed that until, I got that first win, and I was up front, and I had to, change my goals, and man, it was just a new maturity that I needed to learn, and man, I'm just a loss of words. I'm sorry about that.
Well, we take a look at the specialized race recap, and how about it, the 3-4-2 little checkup from the neck up right there by Craig DeLong. Don't matter. He's got that lead. He enjoyed that lead early on in this one, but boy, the XC1 boys came to play today. I mean, this was we'll call it what it was, a 7, sometimes 8, 9-way battle for these guys through 3 hours. Imagine that, coursing a racetrack for 3 hours, and you are all still that close. Everyone brought their A game today. Eventually, Craig DeLong would check up a bit. He said, you guys are going at a pace that I don't want to get in the mix. I don't want to tussle with you. I'm going to check up. I'm going to seal the deal on this championship, and you guys go have some fun out in front. And that's exactly what they did. Stu Baylor, he wanted the win. He needed the win and just needed to let things kind of happen behind him. You can't worry about it. Go out there and have fun. I think he did that. And how about it for Josh Strang? Capping off the 2023 season with a win, making it 8 different winners in 12 rounds of racing. A season for the history books. That's going to wrap things up for us. Congratulations to Craig DeLong on the national championship. Josh Strang doing a shoey on the podium. We're here for it. We'll see you next year. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.